Welcome to English for Academic Purposes. This is an online writing course for advanced writers. My name is Sister Marilyn Baker. I am a professor at Providence University and have been teaching composition for many years. And I'm looking forward to this new and exciting way of teaching and learning English writing for academic purposes. The textbook that we're going to be using is a textbook called Writing Academic English. It's the 4th edition, all right? And it has many, many wonderful practices and a lot of very good exercises and explanations for us. And so as we go through the textbook, you will see that it can help you to improve your English writing. Okay? One of the things I want to do is to take an overview of the class. This is an e-learning course in English writing for upper, intermediate to advanced students. The reason that we need to have the higher level students is that because this is an online course, you have to depend more upon your own skills most of the time. I will be available online through Skype, but we do have to rely upon your individual skills to be able to carry out this course. Okay? So we hope that you can enjoy it. All right. What we're going to do today is I want to do a review of the basic writing skills applied to the various assignments that you'll need for English coursework. You know that in upper level college and when you get into graduate school or postgraduate school, you will be expected to be able to write more professionally. So therefore, this course is to help you to develop your advanced writing skills. So we're going to be looking at different types of writing that will be helpful to you in the future. I also want to use some peer editing techniques and some group writing activities. And what's nice about this textbook is that it provides some activities for you and some guidelines within the text itself. So you don't have to go looking on the web or finding other materials to help you to do this. And also by using peer editing, you also get the information and help that you get from one another besides myself. Okay. We're going to do some writing, online writing assignments, and we will, as the course progresses, I'll be able to tell you how that will be carried out. But for the time being, they'll mostly be probably sent to me by email, and I can correct them and send them back. But we'll work that out as the course progresses, so we don't need to worry about that. The textbook also gives skills practice, and I do want you to be faithful to that. I'm not able to come around and check your books, but you know that if you work in your books and you do your activities there, it helps to reinforce the information that I give you in class and that you do for homework. So that's very important, okay? This course, the lectures, the activities, and the assignments will be based on this textbook. It's by Alice Oshima and Ann Hogue, copyrighted by Pearson Edison Education and Pearson Longman Publishers. I would highly, highly underscore the fact that all students participating in the class should have a textbook. You should buy the book because it's going to be helpful to you for a longer period of time. So also because the fact that photocopying of pages from a textbook is illegal. And I do not want you to have that problem within the classroom for this course. So you will need all the pages. We're going to be working on the front of the book, the back of the book, the middle of the book, the front part of the book, the bottom part of the book, you name it, we're going to be there. So be sure that you have your textbook and you bring it with you every week when you come for class. Okay. All right. What are the basic writing skills that you need? you have studied paragraph structure probably since high school. We do need to focus again. I want to just do a quick review about paragraph structure, and we'll do one lesson on paragraph structure because that is the basic unit of every writing text. I don't think there's any languages that don't have a paragraph. But we have to look at what is the makeup of an English paragraph. What do we need to know? So we'll spend a little bit more time on the format of the English paragraph. Okay, what is a paragraph structure? We're going to look at topic sentence. Every paragraph needs to have a topic sentence. You look at any book, whether it's 15 pages or 15,000 pages, every chapter is made up of paragraphs, and each paragraph has a topic sentence. So that's a very important sentence, and so we're going to work on that to be sure we don't forget it. We also need supporting sentences. Whatever the topic is, it will limit the idea, and the supporting sentences will help to prove it or help to give the facts to the reader to give more information. All right? And of course, each paragraph ends with a concluding sentence. We have to wrap it up so we can move into the next point. All right? So that's the basic unit of every English composition. And so we'll focus on that for one of the lessons, and then we'll move on to longer paragraph structures in essays. We also want to look at unity and coherence. What is unity and coherence? To be able to focus in on the topic and not lose the direction of that paragraph. That's unity. That everything is pertaining to the main idea. Whatever your topic sentence says is the topic of that paragraph, everything in it is focused on those ideas pertaining to that one topic. All right? So what do we do? How do we do that? We repeat key words, or we use consistent pronouns. And we'll have a lesson on that. There's a very wonderful lesson in the book, and we'll look at that. Okay? Also, we have transition signals. We move from one sentence to the next, and that helps you to know how the idea of the author is going to expand in the supporting sentences, and keeps it unified and keeps it focused on the topic so that you don't get lost. You don't bring in any other ideas to make it confusing. So for unity and coherence, we have repetition of keywords, consistent pronouns, we have transition signals. Okay? What are transition signals? Those are the words that help us to move to the next thing. You know, like therefore this is the result of this, or because of that this is the reason. Okay. On one hand we have this, on the other hand we have that. Those are ways in which we can move into the next idea very smoothly. And we'll be looking at transition signals, okay? And we also have logical order. Whenever you have a paragraph, you want to explain your ideas. There are different ways that we can explain that. And when we focus on the paragraph, when we look at unity and coherence, we'll see different patterns that can be used to help to carry that out in these three areas: repetition of key words, transition signals, and a logical order. Okay. All right. What are supporting details? Well, this is bit up here so you know. What are they? They're facts. What are the supporting details? You're going to talk about an object or a place or a person or a literary story, whatever. We need some facts. We need to be able to support what you say with factual information. And so that will help the reader to get a better understanding of what you're saying in your paragraph. Sometimes we use quotations from people who are published writers, who have expertise in the area that you're talking about. Maybe it's literature, maybe it's science, maybe it's linguistics, maybe it's business, something you need to write about in business, okay? But then we use quotations from people who are famous, who are published in that area, so people can understand again, the focus of your paragraph. Sometimes we use statistics, 20% of all college students, or 98% of all people in Taiwan, or 100%, or 80%, whatever. We use percentages sometimes. We use statistics to help to support what we have to say. And you notice now that they're all factual. There are no opinions. We don't put opinions in supporting details, because we want to inform the reader of the topic, and we want to make sure that the reader realizes that this is not something that's my opinion only. The facts, the quotations, and statistics will support my opinion, but I'm not using my opinion as a supporting detail. So that's another area we'll be focusing on when we look at the actual structure of a paragraph. Okay. The book gives you some wonderful mechanical support. When you have your textbook, please look at chapter 10, because that gives you types of sentences. English has many, many types of sentences, and that helps you to do various things with your writing ability. So chapter 10 tells us how to construct and to use, and when to use, these types of sentences. Everybody has problems with sentences. Sometimes we have the wrong verb, or we have run-ons or fragments or things like that. And so chapter 11 will help us to see what can we do to fix any problems that we have with our sentence structure. When the teacher sends back your paper and has little red marks and it says fragment or run-on, or what does this mean? That will help you when we get to chapter 11. When we're looking at the transition signals within the paragraph, and when we also work in an essay, we have transitions between paragraphs. Appendix C gives us some wonderful examples, and also gives us some practice in using some of those transition signals within our writing. The back of the book gives you some self-editing and peer editing worksheets. Those are going to be very important in your assignments, because those are going to be your self-report and your peer report on the work that you do at the end of each unit, so that it gives me a chance to see how you've developed your idea from the first draft to the second draft to the third, and then the final draft for me. Okay? And also, the book gives some wonderful ideas on how we can be unified in our scoring. So you know what a score means in the evaluation that I give you, or that your peer gives you on your writing. And then, and that scoring and rubrics and all of that is included in Appendix F. So we have a lot of very good supporting material for our writing, to help us to guide us and to make sure we have everything we need in the paragraph before we turn it in, okay? And the last thing is the grammatical practice in Part 3. This gives you all the information that you've learned ever since you started learning English, but it's put it in a compact way so you can refer to it if you need it. You don't need it, you don't need to go back there, okay? It's just to help you whenever you need that. So that basically is the construction of the book. At least in the supplementary material, the mechanical support. All right. The first part of the book, from chapters 1 through 10, 1 through 9, will cover the different types of sentences, different types of paragraphs, different types of logical order, arrangements such as comparison, contrast, description, narration, cause and effect. Okay, those are the kind of essays that we're going to be focusing on. Those are very basic essays in academic writing. Okay, so we'll be looking at that. All right. The requirements for this class are whatever every class requires, that you have good attendance. If you sign up for the course, particularly because this is an online course, it's very important that you come every time so that you can participate with the group, and also to give me a chance to see you at a distance and to interact with you within the classroom situation. Many times things come up in the classroom that would not come up ordinarily in a one-on-one situation. So come to class, have good attendance if you sign up for the course. Please be prepared. Again, because this is an online class, there are certain things that I'm just going to move from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And if you're not prepared, you won't know whether or not it's something you don't understand, or it's something that you didn't do, so you don't know if you understand it. You know what I mean? So that be sure that you're prepared. Be sure that you have gone through the lesson, gone through the exercises. That way, when you find you don't understand something, it's easier for you to ask the question, or it's easier for me to give you some assistance and help. Okay? There'll be lecture notes and assignments that will be posted for you or given to you either during the class time or as part of an email setup that we will have to give you the lectures and assignments, so that you can review what has been said in class, so that you can go over what is necessary for your assignments. If you have any questions, you'll always be able to email me, or whatever else we are able to set up with the course. But definitely be sure you have access to the lecture notes and the assignments. There'll be some in-class activities that are part of the textbook work that we'll work on, and of course the textbook exercises as a way of helping you to really cement for yourself the things you know, and to help you to learn about the things that are still kind of fuzzy areas for you. Okay? All right. In lesson one focuses on writing a paragraph. And the paragraph structure is given in the text in chapter 1 on pages 2 and 3. If you have your textbooks, you can look at pages 2 and 3 at the model paragraph, particularly that's listed on page 2. If you don't have your textbook yet, as soon as you do get it, take a look at it, because it will help you to really understand what the point of the textbook, what the point of the chapter is in telling you in paragraph structure. Okay. For example, on page 2, it tells you that it's very important for every paragraph to have a topic. And the topic is limited to that one paragraph, all right? And so there are two main points to your topic sentence. Your topic sentence will help you to limit the scope of that paragraph, and we'll look at the 2 points later. Okay. And then there are some supporting examples. Okay. So, what is a paragraph? A paragraph is a group of related sentences that discuss one and only one main idea. Okay. All right. The topic sentence states the main idea and names and limits the topic to one specific idea. All right? One sentence. Normally that sentence appears at the beginning of the sentence, at the beginning of the paragraph. Sometimes the author may have a little bit more of an introduction before he comes into the topic sentence. And some authors even wait till the very end. I would recommend that you keep that topic sentence up in the front, right at the very beginning of the paragraph. only because it will help you to realize what is the topic, what are the limits, so that you don't get lost within the paragraph itself. So at least for a few months, let's stick with the topic sentence in the beginning of the paragraph. You will find paragraphs, you will read paragraphs in which the topic sentence comes later. But for our practice, for our exercises, let's keep that topic sentence in the beginning of the paragraph, because it will help you to focus in on the main idea and limit that to only one topic within the paragraph. All right, what about supporting sentences? Okay. Supporting sentences explain or prove the topic sentence with additional information. Okay. We will look at the model paragraph in a few minutes. Okay. And of course, every paragraph needs to have a conclusion. At the end of the paragraph, we want to let the reader know that's all you're going to say about that topic. You know, your paragraph is limited, one idea. All right? So you can't say 6 million things about it. You know, you're only going to say a couple of things, 3 or 4 things, and then you're finished with that, and you're going to move to the next topic. You're going to move to the next paragraph. So you're going to limit your supporting material to only what's your topic sentence, and then you're going to have a concluding sentence. And your concluding sentence tells the reader, this is the end. This is the end of the first paragraph. This is the end of my paragraph. I usually try to look for something important to remember in that paragraph. If you're going to take the time to write a paragraph on a topic, you're going to have supporting information, which are facts, which are quotations or statistics. Then when you close that paragraph, you want to leave me with some information. You want me to have some information to remember from what you have just said in your paragraph. So that concluding sentence is important to the reader because it signals the end of the paragraph, and then it states important points to remember. Okay? All right. I want to move back to before, because if you don't have your book, this will be helpful to you. There is a model paragraph in the textbook, and I'm going to take the time to read this to you so you can listen as I read it, and you can see where the parts of that paragraph belong. If you have your textbook, it's on page 3 at the top of the page. If you don't have your textbook, listen carefully, and I think you can get from your listening skills what I'm focusing on. Gold, a precious metal, is prized for 2 important characteristics. First of all, gold has a lustrous beauty that is resistant to corrosion. Therefore, it is suitable for jewelry, coins, and ornamental purposes. Gold never needs to be polished and will remain beautiful forever. For example, a Macedonian coin remains as untarnished today as the day it was made 25 centuries ago. Another important characteristic of gold is its usefulness to industry and science. For many years, it has been used in hundreds of industrial applications, such as photography and dentistry. The most recent use of gold is in astronaut suits. Astronauts wear gold-plated heat shields for protection when they go outside spaceships in space. In conclusion, gold is treasured not only for its beauty, but also for its utility. Okay, so the first sentence was, gold is a precious metal. It is prized for 2 important characteristics. Okay, there you are. We're talking about gold. Gold is the main idea, right? Now it's going to limit the topic to two important characteristics. So now in the paragraph, we're only going to talk about these 2. What are the 2? First of all, Gold is a lustrous beauty, has a lustrous beauty that is resistant to corrosion. That's the first point, okay? All right, that's the limiting point. We have only two. And the first point is going to be about its beauty that is resistant to corrosion. It won't decay, it won't rot, it won't turn different colors, or it won't disappear after several centuries. That's the important thing about it. And it has lustrous beauty. It's always going to be beautiful. All right? And now, after that, the author says, here we're moving into, so here are the two characteristics. First of all, gold is lustrous and resistant to corrosion. Therefore, it is suitable for jewelry, coins, and ornamental purposes. Okay? Explains or proves the topic sentence. All right? The first one was that it's lustrous and resistant to corrosion. Because it's lustrous, it's beautiful, use it for jewelry. Use it for coins. It will never disappear. Ornamental purposes, things to decorate your home, decorate your boxes, your furniture, okay? Gold never needs to be polished and will remain beautiful forever. Okay, now we're going to have a additional information here. It says, for example, a Macedonian coin, excuse me, I lost my point, remains as beautiful and untarnished today as the day it was made 25 centuries ago. All right, so it is as beautiful today. You look at a Macedonian coin, it is just as if it just came out of the mint. And this is 25 centuries, that's 2,500 years ago. Another important characteristic, okay, the first one is that it is lustrous and it is resistant to corrosion. Another important characteristic is its usefulness to industry and science. So now those are our 2 points that our topic sentence has limited us to, okay? For many years, it has been used in hundreds of industrial applications such as photography and dentistry. 2 very different professions, but still are able to use the metal gold. Okay. The most recent use of gold is in astronaut suits. Astronauts wear gold-plated gold-plated heat shields for protection when they go outside spaceships in space. All right. So now we have our 2 points. It was limited in the topic sentence. Gold, a precious metal, is prized for 2 important characteristics. The first characteristic is it's beautiful and resistant to corrosion. And the second characteristic is its usefulness to industry and science. Our topic sentence named and limited the 2. Our supporting sentence developed how they were beautiful and lustrous and not subject to corrosion. And then the second point talked about its usefulness to industry and science. And then gave some information that it's been used in photography and dentistry, and also in use for astronaut suits. All right, now we're coming to the conclusion. This author says, in conclusion, gold is treasured not only for its beauty, but also for its utility. All right, so we have states the important points to remember. Remember, the topic sentence says that gold has 2 important characteristics. The concluding sentence says gold is treasured not only for its beauty, but also its utility. Those are the 2 things that were mentioned in the topic sentence. So that helps the reader to know this is a really good piece of information about gold. It's limited to 2 points. The author wrote about the 2 points, gave you some information to help you to get the general idea, and then in the conclusion stated important points to remember. Okay? All right.